Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been away for a good while, but now I am back. I'm about to tell you the story about this young lady. Her name is Anaga Monsi. She's a Liberian native living in Pennsylvania. She was convicted of torturing animals and then posting them on social media. That's TikTok and YouTube. Well, I am subscribed to her channel on TikTok, but I was never interested in her unaliving the animals. I mean, to me, it was very disgusting to see her, handle these frogs and the chickens and rabbits. I rather see it in a supermarket and then you take it home to cook it, as opposed to seeing the animals, moving in the pot and moving around. It was just disgusting to me. What was done to these animals is that she paraded them online in front of millions of people. She took her time in slaughtering them and then she ate them. So last year, she was arrested and she admitted to the abusing these animals. The news reported that she did this for views and likes. However, Anagar says it was a custom in her native country to eat these animals. I am not Liberian, so I don't know, but however, I can look this up and see if this is true. I believe this is definitely true for her because the way she ate these animals, oh, to me, it's disgusting. But for her culture and some other people, like some people here love rabbits, like in New Orleans, they would eat alligators. I was willing to try it, but when I got around to it, I didn't. I was so happy when I went to New Orleans about 2 years ago and I asked for that and they didn't have it. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because I don't think I could have gone through the procedure of eating it and looking at, oh, I don't know. But the gumbo soup was pretty good. I think on the videos, like I said, they reported that she solicited more likes and views. And once she got enough views and likes, that's when she killed the animals. She's now going to serve, she was given the choice to serve 7 years in prison or being deported. She chose the 7 years. To me, honestly, I probably would have chose being deported because 7 years is a very long time for her. She has a daughter. To be, away from my daughter, at least I can be deported and hopefully the father agrees that the child can come with me to my native country, and maybe in the next 10 years I will be able to come back to the US if that's what I want. Or she could look at this as a ticket to do better things in her country. I mean, she seems like she's been here for a lifetime, and whatever she learned in America, she can take it back to Liberia. I'm always thinking out of the box. We need more entrepreneurs. So definitely she can look into that route. But anyway, she will be going to serve her time in June. So she decided to be away from her daughter for 7 years. But it's not easy for her. I saw her crying. She's saying, how could she, she can't imagine being away from her daughter for 7 years, but that's what it is now. Many people are saying that she should have known this before, but I remember people in back in the days when she was doing this, people were telling her, not to do this online. Maybe it would have been better for her to do it offline and then come back and then cook them and show us how it's cooked, or even buy them from the store, already unalived, and then bringing them to the forefront, to the internet. But she didn't do that because I've seen recently, by researching her content, I've seen a young lady who she showed us the animals before, and then she showed us them, being in the pot and so on and so forth, but not torturing the animals online. The reason why she's being sentenced is because there was a bill called the Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act was introduced in the House this year by two Florida lawmakers, it expands a 2010 law signed by Barack Obama that banned videos that show animals being crushed, burned, drowned, suffocated, impaled, or subjected to other forms of torture. Mr. Buchanan said that signing the bill into law is a significant milestone for pet owners and animal lovers across the country. Federal law already bans sponsoring animal fights. PACT law helps to provide protection for animals that experience horrific acts of cruelty. In the past, officers weren't able to prosecute individuals who have done cruelty to animals, but this law is a life changer for many animal lovers. So guys, be careful how you treat your animals. Be careful how you treat other people's animals, because you can definitely be fined for up to 7 years in jail. Can you imagine? According to the law, it would not apply to people who slaughter animals for food or for those who hunt, trap, and fish. Well, we can argue that this young lady did use the food for eating. However, before she did that, she proceeded to handle the animals in a way that they considered cruel. Okay, she is still popular on YouTube. I watch her, from whenever I see her online, I do tune into her because she does a real good she's very good with braiding her hair, her own hair, and she does a very great job. She does a good job. She does it in two colored sometimes. She might have a green, a yellow, red, blue, like crazy colors. And the braiding is very good. So she has other talents beside, her cooking these animals. I am really saddened by that she has to serve 7 years away from her child. I can't imagine being in her shoes. However, this is the law here in America, and unfortunately, we have to follow their rules if we are here as guests in their country. Okay, many fans are in support of her, while others condemned her cruelty done to the animals. I mean, a lot of people who don't understand the law or don't even know that this is a law are saying, why is she getting so much years? I myself were saying, why is she getting so much years? I can see that 1 year she should, to me, honestly, she should have been punished since this is a law, but 7 years. Oh, I don't know who decided upon doing that, like 7 years to give someone, but animals, they have feelings, they have rights as well. So this is what it comes down to. Yes, I still stand. 7 years is a little bit too much. I don't know how many years I would have given her, but definitely not more than a year, or maybe community, for her to do community service. Currently now she's on house arrest, so she can't really, I think she can't I think she can't leave the house, but I've seen her in her car, and I've also seen her said that she's going to church. So maybe to certain places, but you don't see her shopping around. You don't see her visiting friends. She can't work. So she is on house arrest. If you watch this video fully, let me know in the comment section how you feel about this topic of animal cruelty. Do you have animals? Do you think that this young lady did it for views and likes? And if you're a Liberian, can you comment on the fact of how do you look at this case? Do you genuinely think this person is innocent and she was just doing it just to have a meal for herself and her child, or she was just doing it for likes and views? Do you think that her sentencing is a bit too much? Do you think the law should be changed and maybe decrease for first offenders? I also want to say that When I was looking at this case, she is not the only one who have served 7 years or going to serve 7 years for animal cruelty. I would just like to say this is not a case where this black girl or African girl is being made an example of. Other cases that I've seen are women of other races. And yes, you can Google it yourself and you'll see all the incidents that have occurred last year, the year before, and so on and so forth. But keep in mind also that this law has recently been passed, I think in January, if I'm not mistaken. If you've made it to the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell.